Hello, my name is Guillermo Pernot. I'm the concept chef for Cuba Libre restaurants located in Atlantic City, Philadelphia, and Orlando. Today we're going to be making a paella, originally from Spain, but through migrations into the Caribbean has become a very popular dish into the Cuban cuisine, together with Asian and African influence. If you'd like to follow along the recipe, go online at cubalibreRestaurant.com and don't forget to pick up our paella kit at our restaurants, which we will be using today. You don't have to be a chef to prepare paellas, although there are many types of paella. Today we're going to be making a lobster and seafood paella that is great to share with friends and family. I'm going to take my chef coat off and I'll see you in the kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using for the paella dish. Onions, garlic, red pepper, green pepper, chorizo, monkfish, calasparo rice, paella seasonings, shrimp, mussels and clams, chicken stock and clam juice, green peas, roasted red peppers, squid, asparagus, and lobster. So we're going to start by cooking the lobster. This is a chef tip. Get a skewer and put it through the tail of the lobster. This will ensure for the tail not to curl when you're cooking it, and it's great for presentation. Soak your clams and mussels in water for at least an hour. This will help remove all the sand that they have inside. So in a pot of salted water, we're going to insert the lobster and we're going to let it sit there for 7 minutes. Make sure you keep a timer. Remove the lobster from the boiling water and plunge it in ice cold water. Let it sit there for 8 minutes. 8 minutes have passed and the lobster is nice and cold. Now we're going to remove the skewer that we put earlier. We take the rubber bands out. And we're going to split it in half, ready for right through the head. And the other side. Want to make sure that you remove any veins that they are left inside the lobster. And it's ready for presentation. Don't forget to preheat the oven. It will take 20 minutes to come to temperature, and it should be about 400 degrees. In the paella pan at medium heat, we're going to add the olive oil. We're going to add the onions. And we're going to let them cook for a couple of minutes. We want to make sure that the onions are nice and tender and they don't pick up any color. Otherwise, your rice will have a lot of black specks. When the onions are nice and soft, we're going to add the sliced garlic. And then we're going to add the red pepper, the green pepper, and again, at medium heat, we want to make sure this cooks slow. We don't want to get any color, and we want to make sure that the vegetables are nice and soft. It will take about 2 or 3 minutes. Now, once your vegetables are nicely cooked and they are soft, we add the monkfish. And we're also going to add the chorizo. We want to make sure the chorizo is nice, thinly sliced. That way, it doesn't become chewy. And we want to cook this for a couple of minutes. Remember that we have seasoned the monkfish with a little bit of salt prior to doing this. And we're also going to add a tiny bit of pepper. And we're just going to give it 2 or 3 minutes. You see how the monkfish is turning opaque? You don't want to cook it too much because it's going to simmer in the rice later on. And you want to make sure that you don't move it also. You don't want it to fall apart. We use a teaspoon of paprika and the spice mix for the paella. This contains saffron, pimenton, and different other spices. We're also going to add our calasparo rice. Add it all at once and make sure that you toss it a little bit with the vegetables. Try to not disturb the fish too much. You want to cook this for a couple of minutes to ensure that the rice is nicely coated with the spice mixture and the vegetables. This is a great dish to serve between family and friends. You put it in the middle of the table, everybody can share. It works really well at our restaurants. Everybody has such a great time having our paella. Once your rice is nicely covered with all the spices, you add your stock mixture. You can put them together, the clam juice and the chicken stock, and make sure that everything is well spread. This is the time to arrange your fish, and we're going to add the mussels. Try to pick medium-sized mussels. Make sure they're always the same size. We're going to add the clams also. We're going to sprinkle the squid. We don't want to simmer this for too long, so we want to make sure that the squid sits on top of the paella pan. And we're going to arrange our shrimp. You see, it's starting to simmer on the edges, so that's a good sign. You must let it simmer, otherwise the rice will not have any chance to bloom and you're going to have undercooked rice. So you see the paella pan is helping the stock to simmer evenly, and that's why it's necessary to have this type of pan to do this dish. We're going to sprinkle the salt. We're also going to sprinkle the peas right on top. You don't have to put them all if you want, if you don't like. And then we're going to arrange the lobster. Notice that what I have done, I cracked the claws a little bit. That way it helps you later on to eat. And we're going to pop it in the oven. Right in the middle rack of the oven for 8 minutes, uncover. And very soon we'll be ready to eat.